Welcome back to Sonic's Birthday Blast 23 here on the Sonic Speedrun community channel. We are running our way through Sonic games as fast as we can whilst raising money for able gamers across this weekend. Speaking of which, thank you for all your donations so far. Once again, if you're interested in what incentives, bid wars, and more information on Able Gamers, the charity that we're raising money for, you can type !donate in the chat to learn more. Before we start this run, might as well read a donation out. We got a $10 from Felstar Nova saying, no matter how much I love the US opening to Sonic CD, the Japanese levels have the superior soundtrack. Also more bosses, definitely more bosses. So that means that Japan is currently winning in terms of OST for Sonic CD. If you want to sway that, if you want to see the US soundtrack, then you got to get your donations in there. And that is also the first $10 for Huds and his Boss Rush Shuffler. If you want to double the amount of bosses that he has to deal with at one time, that's where you got to get your incentives. That's where you got to get your money into. But we're going around the bloke first. We have got a game that I don't think anyone knows exists, because apparently this is Sonic Lost World for the Wii U.
No, it's for the 3DS.
What? This game got a 3DS?
Oh
release?
yeah.
Nah.
Well, when I tell
way.
people about this game, there's about 3 distinct reactions that they have. There's, I didn't know there was a 3DS version. Oh yeah, I've never played that version. Or I quit after Frozen Factory. 3 very distinct things that people say.
Interesting. But Brandina, how are you doing?
But I'm good. I'm ready. It's a good day to be playing Sonic Lost World for the Nintendo 3DS. For those who don't know me, this game is like my game. In a way, what I mean by that is that like I have put 2 years as the only runner of this game, for the time I was playing at least, relentlessly just optimizing this game to like ridiculous levels. And we found all kinds of new stuff. We got some cool tricks to show off. I have been routing. One of the things that's fun, well, just to talk about this run real quick. This run is New Game Plus style, so we'll be going through all the levels with wisps that we didn't have before. And there's a lot of cool new routes that a lot of people haven't seen, stuff that I've been working on for a while. And I'd like to introduce my wonderful co-commentator, Tim.
Hey, I'm Tim, and before Brandino's reign in this game, I had the any percent world record for a good while, optimizing that as probably also the only runner at the time, a couple years back.
Yeah, when I started running, Tim's world record was a 119, was the only run that really was recorded with quite the number of good strats, and I took a lot of what he did. I'm still doing a lot of what he did, and we're just kind of optimizing it further. So I guess without further ado, the run's gonna start when I click on Windy Hill 1 zone, and if we're good to go, I can count us down.
Indeed, we are good to go.
Okay. Alright, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Alright, so this game has some dense controls for a 3DS game. There's a run button, a spin dash button, and our jump button, which we're going to be utilizing the most. You can already see, spin dash is our fastest form of movement.
Yeah, Sonic also has the parkour system in this game, allowing him to go up walls, and there's 2 kinds of wall traversal in the 3DS version of this game. That is going up and going to the side, and it depends on what kind of level it is and how Sonic touches the wall to begin with. But when you go up a wall, you can use the spin dash to recharge his his up speed. So you can go up a wall only like 2 jumps worth amounts, a little more than that, like up to this ledge, for instance. And the sideways, you can go forever and just keep recharging your spin dash, which we'll see a lot of that later.
Yeah. If everything goes right, we're actually going to skip the place where normally you get introduced to sidewall running. That'll be fun. Here's a fun little thing coming up. Like, so we mentioned before the run started, this is New Game Plus style, so we have wisps that you don't normally get in story mode here. One of them being Asteroid, which is what we are now. Asteroid's main deal is that it eats things and then surrounds itself with them. And we can use it there for a skip that saves about 4 seconds, jumping over that gap. Now, it might not seem that fast, but it is faster than what Sonic does there. Whew. That jump's always nerve-wracking when you're gonna do it from the standstill. Normally I walk backwards to make it safe, but I felt like, why?
Yeah, another good place where the infinite spin dash comes in real handy.
Yeah, huge. And a 133 to start, that's a great time for Windy Hill 1. You can't really get that time without the asteroid, so that's cool.
Nice.
Alright, Windy Hill 2. This is normally the level that really introduces wall running, but I'm going to try to do a funny and not run on a wall where we're supposed to. You'll see what I mean when we get there.
Yeah, this is
a
also
great
the
time to talk
introduction
about.
to tube, outer tube levels.
That's literally, yeah, what I was about to say. Yeah, look at this design. This
Yeah.
game is very tubular. And it is confusing to look at, right? Like, how do you know where the landmarks are in a tube? I still get mixed up on some levels. Alright, so this is normally where you're introduced to wall running. So look, we're going up, and we switch to the side. But I'm going to do something really funny and get on top of the level where you're not supposed to be. And we're just going to skip all of the wall running this way.
That brief moment where Sonic was facing the camera going up the wall, turning 3D mode on your 3DS during that moment is kind of funny. Yeah, right there.
Whoop. Can be hard to control. That's okay. I'm not going to keep going on the top.
Yeah, Sonic is very wobbly when he's going fast.
Yeah, it can be really hard to keep a straight line going.
Yeah, and if you noticed, we skipped a pretty sizable combat section going on the top of those walls there. You'll be seeing a lot of those later on.
Yeah, this game, a big portion of it is combat.
Classic Dimps and their combat development.
This level's really cool, though. There's a lot of really tight movement on these platforms. And this is only the second level in the game. Hang on, I need to get back up here. This is what I mean, though. Like, we went backwards and then we went up. So there's a lot of utility in the way you can approach a wall. They did put rings up there. We'll see rings in another place later where I don't think you're supposed to be. And I have to imagine, so another thing about this game is that you can play as Super Sonic after collecting all of the Chaos Emeralds. You don't have to collect them for the story, but if you want to be Super Sonic, you need them. And Super Sonic jumps like 2 times as high and moves 2 times as fast as Sonic. At least what I think is double. So that's why there's like sometimes rings in places where it seems like you have to really work hard to get there. I think that's meant for Super. Here we got some cool little like trippy tubular design here. There's a lot of like really strange ways that you approach levels with the way that they're designed. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I was like as soon as...
Ooh.
Okay, here's some movement.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one. Nice. Yeah, very tight jumps there. Scatter
Yeah,
jumps.
basically, and you want to just like be tapping jump the entire time, and if you get slightly off rhythm, you'll probably either grab a ledge or die. Windy Hill 3. Now, this level changes quite a bit in New Game Plus, because we get a wisp that we didn't have here before. The laser.
Yeah. It's our first 2D stage.
Laser.
Yeah, so you can already tell that for 2D segments in general, Sonic's quick movement that is usually manageable in 3D becomes a lot harder to do in 2D because you can't see that far ahead of you.
Yeah, these 2D levels do suffer from screen crunch. But they're really fun when you get used to them.
Yeah.
You can see, in 2D we only run up walls, just not to the side of them, because obviously we can't. And look, we can maintain spin dash while dropping to get a really sick jump. Infinite spin dash is one of this game's best creations. Whoops.
Yeah, it is very fun.
And we should say, This laser right here skips an entire... It's not really a boss fight. It's more like a thing you just have to wait through. Like, you're not fighting anything. But we skip a big auto-scroller with both of those lasers. Like, that's like... We saved over a minute with 2 lasers.
Yeah, the most formidable member of the Deadly Six, Zaz, and his giant ball that he attacks with.
His giant ball face thing.
Yeah. Who knows what that is?
You
Good
get
thing
to
we don't
see,
have to see
too,
it.
this game has a lot of really trippy gravity sections in 2D. Like, there's so much flipping going on here.
Yeah, I never know what the skybox is going to do.
And we just
Nice.
skipped Zaz for a 3rd time with that jump. So, normally a level where you have to stop and do an auto-scroller 3 times, in New Game Plus, we don't do it once. And we get to our first extra stage. You want to explain the extra stages?
Sure. So, extra stages are unlocked when you get all 15 red rings in that zone, or world rather. So, and they're basically just one of the stages in that world remixed, and it's a Wisp challenge. So this is the Burst Wisp here. It was unlocked earlier for Windy Hill 2, but we didn't use it because it was faster not to. But in this stage, it is mandatory because you need to defeat a lot of enemies to progress throughout the stage. And that is a running theme with all of the extra stages. They are like challenge versions.
They're,
It's
they're like
very difficult sometimes.
they're usually just like Wisp combat challenges.
Yeah.
Landing can always be a problem with that if you get off your bursts. And little lava piles will make you jump really high and recharge your burst, so those are important. We'll see those later in another level with burst, where they're even more important. And the way burst moves is that we charge up an explosion attack to its highest ability, and we just like let it go and keep doing that, and that's just like the fastest form of burst movement. And hitting a capsule as burst is quite hard.
Yeah, because you keep moving in the direction that you've held. You don't stop when you let go of the stick.
Yeah, burst has a lot of momentum on its jumps, and if you give it too much mustard, you're gonna go way too far.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's Windy Hill Zone. That's our first area of the game already done. Welcome to Desert Ruins. We get a new Wisp here. Well, not new. I guess we already used it, but it's new to us when we get it in any percent. Asteroid. So here we get to actually see how Asteroid works. You can just kind of keep eating things until you get to what we call this Vortex form. It has 2 forms, Saturn and Vortex. The Vortex form is necessary for this level to get, like, through most of it. So we really don't want to lose Asteroid where possible.
Yeah, Vortex form allows Sonic to eat the largest of enemies. And you need to like charge up the ring on the outside, so it takes a while to get back if you happen to lose the Asteroid Wisp.
And the way Asteroid works in terms of speed is that you constantly want to be running off of ledges but not jumping, because jumping just like destroys all of your momentum. And back to regular Sonic for some really cool movement.
Yes, we keep this infinite spin dash in the best case for quite a while, up until the end of the segment. Minus a ledge grab in the combat section, I think. Yeah, just grooving through these. Big jump. Woo. Nice.
Whew, that was cool. I love that section so much. That section's one of the first things that really inspired me to keep trying with this game. Because when I first saw footage, I was like, this looks really cool. It's like the console version. And then you kind of play it and you realize that it really is its own thing. Like, it's this weird simplified version. Ooh, are we gonna die? Wow!
Ooh, nice.
My jump got eaten, but we survived. That's why that's called clenched jump.
More combat.
But this is necessary. Oh wow, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. 2 moto
One
bugs,
hedgehog.
1 homing attack. And back to Asteroid, because now we're gonna eat some worms.
Oh yeah. The
So there's
worm
this big
section.
guy who's going to chase us through this section. We don't want to stop because he will hit us. And we just want to kind of keep eating tornadoes and moto bugs until we get to the end of the section, where we're going to be doing some real vertical climbing with the asteroid.
Yeah, now Sonic can eat the big tornadoes in vortex form.
Yeah, he can eat basically any major item or enemy while in vortex form, but he will get damaged by certain small things. Oh my god, I got my second jump eaten twice. So you can double jump in asteroid, but if you lose, you can lose one of the jumps, obviously. Oh boy, we're gonna lose asteroid at the top here. Okay, unfortunate. We kind of have to rebuild it now in order to eat the final worm. But that's okay. There's luckily all these enemies up here to help us recharge it. Yeah, losing asteroid in places where you need vortex can be really frustrating. Oh my god. There we go. Get in there. Okay, yeah, I have a setup for this that, like, when I get off, it gets kind of weird. That's okay. We're done with that. And that's Desert Ruins Act 1. That is really cool. It's also a good time to talk about the way this game styles its levels. So basically we have three types. Fixed 3D cam, free 3D cam, and 2D. This is a 2D, obviously. This level changes quite a bit in New Game Plus. Because the addition of the Drill Wisp, which is the wisp we're going to grab, completely bypasses most of this level. This level is made up of lots of puzzles and platforming.
Yes, pressing switches and moving blocks, things that we don't have to do.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
We don't have time for that. It's not important. That's a spin
Big
hop
job.
right there. So I cancel a spin dash immediately into a jump, and it gives me a ton of horizontal speed. But if you do it on a slope, you also get upwards and, like, diagonal speed as well, so it's really, really useful. You're gonna see us spin hopping a lot. It's probably the most used tech in this game next to the spin dash. So we do have to do a few
this is the fun
puzzles
puzzle.
here. A few required, but it's okay.
Alright, grab that drill.
Yep, I forgot this when we were in practice, but now I'm not. Nice. Yeah, you can activate drill as you're landing in order to, like, get it to work immediately. And we're just gonna bounce through those guys and head to the end of the stage here. It can't be overstated, we're basically skipping the entire level with drill. 114, very good time.
Nice.
Alright, next level is one that is notoriously long for casual players, but for us, should be less than 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a spin hop skip here. We'll see it very closely. Yeah, normally that whole, like, maze of sand and stuff, but we don't need to talk about that. We just go right over here.
Yeah, no. You're supposed to be working half the level just to get over here, but we just, like, do it at the beginning. Whoop. It's okay. And we're gonna jump to the second layer of the level here and jump on top of this guy's head, and now we're going to the end of the level.
Yep. Yeah, this combat section is just made moot because you can stand on that guy's head and
That
then
was-
you just go.
One of the funniest optimizations I ever found is when I realized that if you jump on his head, he goes up, and instead of having to fight a bunch of people, this level went from like a 35-40 average to like a low 30. Or a 29. And now, we get into this game's favorite gimmick, gyro.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold my 3DS up just so you guys can see, but I have to pilot this thing with the 3DS.
Let's go. It's so goofy.
Yes,
This
it's
isn't the
made
only
even
time we
better
have to do
because yeah, the use of the Quake Wisp in this stage requires you to defeat all of these big tornado guys, and you cannot go backwards. You are rolling forwards the entire time, and you have to rely on teleporters to bring you back to different sections. And
Yeah,
also
so-
remember where those sections are.
The order is very specific here because of the way that we want the teleporters to take us around, and also like how we can get to the next section of the level quickly. The routing was very... This took some time to route, let me just say. Because you really have to figure out what the best course of action is for these guys. And now we get
Alright,
to
next
fall off the level. We got some platforming to do with our gyro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have to use the Quake Stomp to get rid of enemies in time to grab the capsules and springs.
And those platforms only move when the enemies die, so... Cool, okay.
Yeah, that was the big issue.
Alright, then this is funny. The Quake can jump, kind of, but like if you jump into one of these blocks, the Quake goes really high as it starts to break, for whatever reason. And this section you might recognize as being the big asteroid section that we were in, but now we're quaking it up.
Yeah, all the worms were replaced with giant spike balls that line the entire stage.
A very running theme in the extra stages are that just fill it with spike balls. Oh, we needed that, but that's okay. There's one right here. Alright, now we gotta squish some worms. If you kill them underground, it's much faster. I'm just gonna sit here and pound, and we should get the other two? No, okay. The timing was slightly off. Yeah, you want to get them as you're approaching the other direction.
Oh, is that not it?
Did he not die? Wow. Oh, wait, you know what probably happened? Oh, wait, no, okay, I was gonna say maybe his animation got stuck because I passed him up, but no, he just didn't die. Okay, now he died.
Nice.
Cool. And that is Desert Ruins. It was a little hot in that
Two
desert,
down.
so I think we need to go chill out at the beach for a little bit.
Oh yeah, Tropical Coast.
There is
Yeah,
some
this one's fun.
there are some strange levels in Tropical Coast, let me just say.
We'll get there. This one's pretty tame. This is just a standard beach level with no amounts of strange rotational gravity or anything.
Yeah, imagine if the gravity flipped. That would be terrible, haha. No, gravity, don't flip. You're so fast, haha. And this is normally the first level where you get the drill. Let's see if we get the speed. Cool. Yeah, sometimes you don't get a lot of speed coming off that rail, and I just don't know why. But we grabbed another drill, and we're heading towards these tornadoes, and we're just going to drill into them. Much like we rolled into them with Quake, this game has such a strange relationship to tornadoes. You do a lot of untornado-like things to the tornadoes. And now we have quite a long drill section, and this might look quite mindless, but if you lose the drill, all I'll say is don't lose the drill.
Yeah, you don't know which way Sonic is going to end up facing, gravity-wise. We've already been flipping and rotating, if we were as Sonic, normally. But the drill whisk makes everything one perspective, thankfully.
Yeah, if you lose the drill, like Tim said, you kind of get put into a position, like Sonic is put into a much different position than the drill is currently facing. So, basically just don't lose the drill. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, yeah, we have to do it right here, though, and you can already tell that things have rotated quite considerably strange.
Yeah, this is getting goofy.
Yeah, like what just happened?
Speaking of which, gravity jump.
Yeah. Absolute nonsense.
Well, yeah, sometimes you almost run out of air there. That was just to scare everybody, but we made it.
Yep.
And,
More tornadoes.
well, yep, just more drills. As far as the eye can see, tornadoes and drills. Want to
And
grab an
mines,
extra whisk
spike
capsule here?
balls.
Because we have to do some combat.
Just a little bit.
Imagine doing that as Sonic. It would be so much worse. You have to flip and kill both of them individually.
Yeah, they have way more health than just one homing attack.
And the drill can't touch the capsule at the end, so we have to wait for it to run out in order to hit the capsule. Now, everybody's been asking me this, I know, in chat and everything. They're like, Brandon, where's the apple juice? Doesn't this game have apple juice? And yes, we're about to get to the apple juice, I promise. I know everybody's really looking forward to the apple level, but here we are.
There's no way. There's apple juice in this game?
There's apple juice in this game.
No way.
There
I was
are
wondering where it was.
So there's the apple.
Gallons of apple juice.
Thousands of Yo,
It's insane.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you supposed to platform without your apple juice? There it is! And now we're gonna do some combat around it.
Let's go.
You do not want to fall into the apple juice, though, because Sonic falls very slowly, and there's enemies down there that slow you down as well.
Yeah,
And-
getting lost in there. Ooh.
And when you dry off, it's all kind of like gets a bit sticky, you know.
Yeah, don't
Ooh,
get
yeah.
lost in the sauce.
So true.
We need to kill this barrel here because it likes to eat my extra homing attack. One thing to talk about, you'll see that I have like 3 things targeted right now. This is a good level to talk about it, but the homing attack can target multiple enemies, and we will use that to our advantage. There are several enemies that hurt Sonic if he tries to homing attack them. But if they're not the first enemy in a homing attack chain, you can hit them with no issue. So watch. There's a spiky guy here. We're just going to put him as the second member of the chain, and we don't have to worry about him.
Yep. So now we can just keep going and get those electric guys without taking damage too.
And we're going to abandon the apple juice. Sorry.
Yeah. This is also the Ivory Wisp. Yeah, he's electricity, and he can grab stuff.
That was really fast, too.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, so, Electric Wisp, we don't normally have that in story mode there. So that Electric Wisp can be used to skip the last section of apple pushing in combat, which is also the longest section of apple pushing in combat. And now
Yeah,
we
but
get
we don't
to...
fill up the apple juice all the way, so it's kind of like a, moot point.
Now we get to 3D Drill. The worst decision they ever made.
Oh, yeah.
This thing controls...
It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, the moment I learned that the 3D Drill Wisp can actually... You can invert the controls with the L button. But I had hints turned off, so I had no idea. I thought I was too much of a gamer for hints, but, you live and learn.
You what now?
In my
You know.
Sonic Lost World for the 3DS? I don't think so.
I think we reach for the stars in this game is what you mean.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The invincibility theme.
Also, we just skipped most of this level. There's a really precise jump we did off of a drill capsule, which is like nice because not only does it give us the drill capsule so that we have one ready to go back down underwater, but it lets us run on top of the entire level because Sonic can run on water in this game with enough speed.
Yes, it's very convenient.
Yeah, actually, and they put coins up there. Like, I guess they expected you to get up there, but there's no easy way to get up there as Sonic. So I have to imagine they thought that Super Sonic would have no trouble getting up there. And he definitely does not have any trouble. Now here comes an auto run section. Sonic's speed here is constant, so we can't do anything to change it besides, like, hugging this wall to, like, take a tight corner. But we need to grab a drill capsule here.
Yes, very cleverly placed behind a spike ball.
And that'll let us skip combat in this section. So this is kind of like a developer-intended skip. But normally you have to fight these guys for a drill capsule, but not us.
We just jump and go.
But this drill section is really rough, so I need to pay attention. Okay, cool. It's so... I don't know if it comes across how hard the drill is to control right here. But it's hard. It's really difficult to control the drill.
It definitely doesn't look easy.
So, like, what's happening
No.
here is that I'm holding R to make the drill run at top speed, and I tap left and right on the D-pad to move. Your up and down directions, like hitting up and down as the drill, is a death sentence. Straight up. You will lose, you will never be able to get back to a neutral position after hitting up or down even slightly, which is why I don't use the control stick for the drill in 3D parts, so I can move left and right without fear of, like, moving up or down. It's so hard to control. This level was the bane of my existence getting into the game. It took so long before I felt comfortable with this level. And, you know, when we're not doing 3D drill, we're just in this kind of giant toilet bowl. Gonna head up the pipes.
You know, with the fans, obviously.
And the level's over.
Well,
Nice.
as you finish that level, have we got time to sneak in a quick donation?
Yes, please.
We have had a $20 donation from Femba,
Of course.
and I've been looking forward to this. Around the bloke was their
Oh my
donation
God.
message. Thank you for the first of the Around the Blokes. Will we have any more Around the Blokes? I can keep going for the next however long we've got left of this run. So
If you want to make him sing Around the Bloke, now is the time to donate.
Trudy. So thank you so much for that donation.
Yes, thank you so much, Ember. Of course she did that. So, now you might recognize this extra stage because we were just here. This is Tropical Coast Extra. And so the gimmick here is that we're basically in the same underwater sections, but we're now above water, and we get the electric whip, who can target these cool like electric mines and also these like little yellow things that you like use to move.
Yeah, it's not very intuitive on the first playthrough that. Oh, here we go bowling first though.
Woo!
Oh, you got a spare. You didn't get that guy in the right. But yeah, you have to avoid the water balloons because that makes you lose the wisp and basically kills you instantly because you can't do anything after that.
Yeah, and if you'll notice, like the homing attack constantly wants to target the water balloon, so I need to be very specific about where I'm using my homing attack.
Yeah, very precise.
Cool. And then let me just grab one more because we have a wall of mines here. And let's reach for those stars.
Oh yeah.
So one thing you'll notice is that Electric has this crazy AoE on its attacks. Oh, and like usually that didn't happen there. But if you attack an enemy next to another enemy, the enemy next to it that you weren't attacking still receives like chip damage from the AoE of the electric attack. So it's really imperative that when you're the Electric Wisp, that you kind of like attack enemies in groups so that you're doing damage to other enemies while you're killing others.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now we're going snowboarding.
This is the only snowboarding section in the entire game. This game loves one-level gimmicks.
I commend that.
Yeah, on some degree I think it's really cool that every level is kind of its own unique challenge, but it kind of gets annoying sometimes too, where it's like, oh god, what's this level's deal?
Yes. First time players be like, I don't know what this is.
This is a level that anybody who's played the game casually will be very upset to watch me speed through, because this level took a long time, casually. Some of these levels, no joke, took over 20 minutes in a casual playthrough.
Yeah, it doesn't help that when you're playing in regular story mode that Sonic has a timer that counts down. It doesn't count up like every other Sonic game. So you only have so much time to beat the stage.
Alright, really cool movement right here. We're gonna skip some puzzle solving by running on a wall. I don't know if they realize that you could just run around the wall that they put for you there.
Yeah, we gotta be careful to avoid the ice blow emitters here. And
yeah,
these
they
gears.
will freeze Sonic, and they're not friendly. They will freeze Sonic, and they can stun lock you sometimes too. You just sit there and get frozen repeatedly for like a minute.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, these gears, hitting the side of the gear, you might think, oh, well, if you take damage, you lose rings, right? No, you just die.
Yeah, no, those gears are insta-kill. And we're gonna use Electric's, like, hard exterior to kill that worm. And I'm gonna take the safe route here, which is to spin around this, but you can actually cut through it. And then we're gonna do something even cooler.
Another big jump.
Alright, back to the snowboard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one has a lot of different routes you can take, left and right.
Oh, this level is huge if you take the time to look at it. It expands in the left and right directions like for miles. That's basically like the design philosophy of this game, is that the 3D stages expand left and right, and the 2D stages expand up and down. Like, they have massively branching routes. You know, a staple of Sonic games, and especially of Dimps games. Dimps loves giant pits. And what I mean by that is, they love to put a top route over a pit that loses over a minute just by taking the bottom route. So there's a lot of that going on in the 2D stages, especially in the next one coming up, Frozen Factory 2. Oh, should be mentioned. This isn't... Ooh, okay.
That was close, yeah.
So what happens there, something really funny to mention, is that Sonic doesn't gain momentum from the running shoes. And what I mean by that is, if the running shoes run out, Sonic will not be able to coast on the speed that he gained from the running shoes to survive. He will just drop like a lead balloon. Like, he just dies.
Yeah, so that was a good time, though.
That was a great time. Yeah, that level is really hard to play consistently. There's just so much going on that can go wrong, and the board sections especially get messy when you introduce the running shoes.
Yeah, quite slippery.
I gotta focus here if you want to explain this level.
Yeah, sure. So this stage has the Laser Wisp returning for 2D and all that, and we have to be very careful to avoid the ice again. So yeah, taking some laser routes, and we're gonna skip an elevator section in a bit. That usually requires Sonic to coast down casually. We're just gonna step past it.
Oh, it's okay. Wait. I can fix this. Right. I can fix this. No, I can't fix that. That's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna start
well,
right
we'll
here
coast
anyway.
down again. Yeah.
That happens sometimes. That's a good way to show off what happens when you touch one of those. Just so you guys realize what happened. Basically, I grabbed the ledge trying to go down, and Sonic got hit by the thingies.
Yeah. So this section is pretty tough with the jumps, I found.
Yes.
You have to go back, get a capsule, and then we're going to use the Laser Wisp in a minute here to skip some platforming.
Yeah, instead of going up a mountain, we're just going to go straight through it.
Yep.
This level also is made up of tons and tons of global cycles. One more Wisp, because we got to end the stage with it. Whoops, I forgot the spin dash there. So we're just going to have a nice little drop.
Yeah.
And we're
so this is a horizontal elevator that we just passed. Usually we're supposed to ride that across this section with massive gaps, but we can just use the laser and some clever jumps to get around that entirely without needing to wait.
Even without the laser, we still can skip going on the left-right elevator there, but it's much more precise. There's a lot more like just risky jumping movement.
Yeah, that's what needs to be happening in any percent.
Now those levels were
everyone's
fun,
favorite
right?
stage. Everyone's favorite stage.
Oh god. Yeah, so if you thought apple pushing was fun, you guys weren't even ready for the snowballs.
Oh my gosh.
So we need to roll snowballs to very specific sizes in order to move on here. And we're getting chased by a penguin. I'm not going to kill this penguin though, because if I do, it respawns all penguins that are here. And it's better to just have one chase you than to be chased by 3.
Where was Bro getting the snow from, though?
What do you mean? He's on snow, right? That's snow.
No, he is now, but like, that didn't look like snow.
Oh,
Sonic
ice,
lost
no, it's
snow.
all the same.
Yeah, okay.
Can you imagine what was going through their minds when they made this? And they're like, yep, this is Sonic gameplay. Like, look at this. And we haven't even gotten to the worst part of the level yet.
Yeah, this is just the preliminary roll 3 snowballs in one section.
And again, they need to be specific sizes or else you can't move on. And
Yeah.
here's our enemy. This
Eyelashes
snowball chases you through the rest of the level. It can't die. It can only, like, be sent away for a little bit. And
it teleports behind you.
yep. Watch it. Watch what happens here when I get the Quake Wisp. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what we mean.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's amazing.
Wow.
And now we've got some Mario Galaxy style combat on this weird little planetoid. For as long as I've been playing this game, I still, like, it's hard to remember the route here because there's, like, very little identifying landmarks on this giant blue ball.
Yeah, I can never remember how to do this section consistently.
I've had times where I, like, find my rhythm and get a really nice route going, and I've had other times where it just doesn't make any sense. I bet you're wondering why we did that. It's because the snowball mimics your movements, and we need it to hit that switch. Okay, cool. That was actually a good combat section.
Yeah, so we pressing all 4 switches locked behind other switches to unlock the major switch that gets you to the next section.
And another funny thing, or not, I guess funny, but another cool thing, rather, about the homing attack in this game is that certain enemies require a fully charged homing attack to kill, like those egg pawns. They're like one of the strongest enemies in the game, despite them being nothing in, like, Sonic Heroes. But they require a fully charged homing attack to kill. And you can make 2 enemies part of a chain, and they don't have to be fully charged for you to win. And, speaking of win, we're about to. We just clipped out of bounds with the snowball, and we're gonna go to the end of the level.
Yeah, that skips a major portion.
Yeah. That was found by Miles Tells Prower in the Discord, who isn't even a runner of this game. One day he just posted both that and then the Zaz 3 skip and Windy Hill 3. So, we got a lot. We were eating that day. Speaking of eating, we're about to do the asteroid again, and I'm hungry for some snowy trees.
Oh yeah. You gotta have a good meal.
Gotta have a... I eat. It's what I do. Alright, so, this is maybe... Next to this and Skyroad 2 are the most levels that are ever leveled in this game. It's just kind of like it happens and then it's over and you don't think much about it. But yeah, this level's pretty simple. We get full asteroid very early on, and realistically we should maintain it for the rest of the level. And we're eating literally everything, like spike balls, insta-kill gears, it doesn't matter. All will be consumed eventually by the void.
Yeah, except the electric rotating things, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure are unique to this level and Asteroid, like having those two together.
Yeah, normally they're not together, but in this level, they hurt the asteroid.
Yeah, you can see that they really don't want you to use the grind rails because they place like tons of them on top.
And some cool stuff here is that the kill plane of this level is extremely low, so at one point we're actually going to go under the level as asteroid, which is not something we do a lot. Yep, alright, so now we're going under. And we have some air dash rings we need to hit in sequence. Jump. Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
And like Tim was saying, they really did not want you to grind on those rails.
Makes me wonder why they didn't just remove them for this stage.
It's better to just put obstacles everywhere than actually get rid of them. What do you mean?
Oh, true. My bad. That's difficulty for you.
And that level is over. We almost matched my IL PB because it's very simple. But yeah, Asteroid just eats all the trees there. Now we're going to Silent Forest, and this is 3 of the most difficult levels in the game. First, we're going to start in free cam in Silent Forest 1 here. You can actually control Sonic during the flower cutscenes there. So I was actually moving forward blindly. I was trying not to hit some spike balls, but you can do that. Alright.
Yeah, I love the poppin' on this skydiving bit.
Sonic Frontiers, is that you?
Yes, now we need to use the signature ability of climbing walls with the Quake. We've done that before, but you know.
Now we've got
skipping
a
that
sick
section.
jump.
That was good, yeah.
We're skipping
Oh, this
everything
jump.
here.
Ooh,
Like that.
Big jump. Yeah.
We call that God Jump. Woo!
Ooh. Yeah. See, that was during the cutscene. Like the camera didn't even go back to Sonic usually.
And now we're gonna be falling for a little bit. Again, reminiscent of stuff in Sonic Frontiers. And
I wish clouds were bouncy in real life.
So true. So, they want you to use drill to do something, or not drill, they want you to use quake for something here, but I don't know what because we skip it.
Yeah.
But we do need it here. So you have to kill 4 turtles to move in this section, and 3 of them are together, and that turtle is like the lone straggler by himself.
Yeah, it's funny because they put him at the beginning, and it's like if you miss it, it's like, oh, too bad. Go back.
Whoops. Huge AoE on the Quake attack. We can kill all the turtles there with it. And now we're just gonna fall straight to the capsule.
Yeah.
That's just to whet your appetite there for some of the crazy movement we're about to get. But the next 2 levels are 2 of my favorites and 2 of the most difficult.
Yes.
So, Silent Forest 2 is, like, the level of this game that I have grinded into dust. I have grinded this level to save 1 second, and it's 3.5 minutes long. I just love this level. And I mean that unironically. It's also the only 3D level with rails.
Grind. Yes, the grind level. Yeah, more combat here.
We need the invincibility here, because these guys, like, there's so many things that get your homing attack that killing these guys is just not fast without it.
Yeah, because Sonic has a, I don't know if we talked about it yet, but Sonic has a wave attack in this game that, like, shoots, like, a little wave at an enemy to disarm them from, like, if homing attacking them is a hazard.
Yeah, like he kicks
those
like
slicers.
a little Sonic boom.
Yeah.
And that actually is something that carried over to Frontiers. So this game inspired Sonic Frontiers. I can't believe it.
Big Lost World W.
Bream reference?
Woo! Oh my god, almost didn't make that jump. But then we did, it's fine. Alright. Got some rail grinding here. This Wisp is the only Wisp that can grind on rails for some reason. Alright guys, we're about to gain an absurd amount of rings, but get yourselves ready because the movement section after this auto run is my favorite movement section in the game, and the movement section it's the reason that I've grinded this level so heavily. Also, enjoy the music, this song is awesome. You're gonna see a lot of wall running optimization here.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite instances of the parkour system, like as a level level design type thing. Yeah.
So instead of running up a wall, we're gonna jump around it and run on the side, because normally they want you to run up and then around, but we can just run to the side. Also, that skip right there with the air dash rings, I have found that relatively recently, and I'm amazed that we didn't think of that sooner.
Huh, yeah.
And it's still not over!
Yeah, oh, and a little bit of combat to cap it off. There we go.
And by the way, the levels still keep going from here. We're not near the end.
Yeah, we have a whole new concept. We have electric grind rails.
Yeah, this game does not stop throwing gimmicks at you up until the very end.
Yeah, this section in particular is it kind of differs itself from the console version of Lost World, because in that game, the Wisps were basically just like little things on the side you could do to optimize a run if you really wanted to. But in this game, it is mandatory that you use the Wisp to do that section, because normal Sonic cannot.
This game, more than any other game with Wisps that I can think of, really pigeonholes you into using the required Wisp. Like, a lot of the times you just have no choice. Fans of Sonic Lost World on console will recognize these mine carts on rails. We get some commentary on the Legos in the background. Yes, there are many.
True. Yeah, we gotta be careful not to touch that, like, saturated green grass, because it's sticky.
Yeah,
Sonic cannot jump for a little bit.
Yeah. It's all over this level, too. We're almost out of here, though. We skate right through those last guys. Also, peep the ring count, guys. I'd like to say this is the only run for the entire event that will get 999 rings in a level. I'm just gonna make that claim now. If somebody beats it, then I will make a public apology for stating such misinformation.
You might have a point there. I'm trying to think of what other runs like get a whole load of rings, but
All I could think of is Team Chaotix and Casino Park, but even then they get 200, not 999. But that level, there's literally 999 rings on the way in the fastest route. Okay. Welcome to Cycles.
Oh yeah.
let's go.
Crusher cycles everywhere. We have to be so fast.
Yeah, we need to grab that laser wisp very carefully within that crusher cycle.
So we need to make... Normally, the cycle we're going to make here is really easy to make with laser. I call it the Yoinky cycle, but you have to be super fast without laser to make it.
Yeah.
Grab another laser, because normally there's this big rotating rail, but look, we're just going to skip it. You don't have laser here in story yet, so... Laser's actually gotten in the very, very last 2D stage.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Good
perfect.
cycle. Yeah,
Some
now
really-
we're seeing these disappearing blocks.
We skipped a downwards rail section by jumping over it onto the rail that you're supposed to get after you get out of the downwards rail. And we get a rail slope jump right there.
Yeah, big jump off the rail.
And we are just absolutely climbing the stage.
Yeah, that section that we just finished, that was real smooth.
That was great.
That
Yeah,
was
we
a
have...
good one.
And what's not done...
And then you have to... Yeah, you have to stop dead in your tracks to wait for these guys, though.
So, fans of the console version might be asking, where's the owl? Well, fear not. He's here. Look at the background.
Bro is seeing.
He won't kill you in this version if he sees you. But he will make the level slower by blocking you from the fastest paths. Actually, though, we want him to see us there. Oh, yes! That's the perfect, almost the perfect movement. That part is so hard to do cleanly. It's really hard to describe, but yeah, that was almost perfect movement right there.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna keep momentum there with the spin dash. Very cool. Yes,
jump?
this platform here, another elevator that we don't. we only take it as a suggestion.
Yeah. That's don't want him to see us.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Stealth gameplay, hiding behind plants. My favorite part of Sonic.
Oh my god, a 247 there. That was slick.
Yeah.
That is a really
Nice.
good time. That's some of the best I've played that level in a marathon environment. Now, everything was so much fun. Can't we just make the game worse for a second? Well, fear not. We're about to.
Finally.
I know what you were saying. Brandon, that was way too much fun. I know. Why don't we just do some combat with this guy?
Yeah, the burst wisp in an outward gravity tube level. Definitely not the worst combination of things possible in this game.
Besides 3D drill, maybe.
Maybe.
So we can recharge by bouncing on those. And I mean, I'm sure it doesn't look easy to control, but it is very weird to control the burst. It was just not designed for these kind of sections. Okay, so look, because we're in this tube, enemies are all around us, but I can kill them by kind of remaining in the center, and it damages all three at once. And let me just hit this. Okay, yeah, burst can't just hit switches. You have to slow down, stop, and then jump into the switch to hit a
It's
switch.
very annoying.
Very intuitive. Oh, we're missing some guys.
There we go. Oh, yeah, switch.
Yeah, isn't this amazing Sonic gameplay? So Burst can damage a lot of things in its immediate vicinity with this attack. I'm trying to use that. Ooh, we might die. No, it's okay. Okay, let me hit this checkpoint.
Ah, you hit the slow grass.
We hit the slow grass. Look at him go.
Alright, nice recovery.
Whoops! You
Oop.
spoke too soon.
Dang, my bad.
This is why they fill the level with spike balls, just to make it that much more annoying.
No, that to make it much more challenging.
Oh, you're right. That's a challenge. Reminds
Yeah.
me if you've ever seen that meme of somebody talking about how the spring in Marble Hill Zone is like... They're like, yeah, it's a challenge. And it's like, I'm waiting outside your house with a bat. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
I can't think of the joke, but it's something like that. Like, that's an obstacle. It's meant to impede your progress. Okay, wait. Gotta kill these guys without letting... If you get too close, they'll go into their little chambers and get away from you, so we don't want that. Alright, now we need more... We need to kill these turtles. In the console version, they call these turtles Yuji Naka. I don't know why, but it kind of just stuck. I blame Gordon for that one. That's it! It's a trap to stop you from holding right. That's the joke. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
out of Silent Forest Extra. Thank the Lord. I do not like that stage.
Yes, and now we are on to the last world of this run, Sky Road.
You might say, but Brandon, there's a 7th level. And there is, but it's all bosses.
Yes, and those are not speed stages, so we'll be skipping those.
This run was essentially made because I had found a ton of really cool New Game Plus routes for levels. And also, we all hated the bosses so much, we wanted to run without them. So, thus, all speed stages was born. New Game Plus, we get to do the extra stages, and there's no bosses. Quite frankly, it's really cool. Nice change up from any percent.
Yes, we have these nice rotating spheres here, making their grand return from the classic games.
This game is very, like, classic Sonic in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
Also-
like this could be Casino Night Zone.
Actually, I was just about to say, as somebody who also runs Sonic Generations on Nintendo 3DS, there are many, many reused assets from Casino Night Zone in this game, specifically for this level.
Ah. Not surprised.
Like, I've been playing that game all week, so I really see it, but...
Really getting into the heads of the Dimps developers.
That's a risky, thing right I just did there, but I jumped off the spinny thing as soon as Wow, okay.
Ooh, yeah, that happens sometimes. I don't know why.
I think I was
get that
maybe
one.
holding the wrong direction, and so, like, when he started to spin upwards, the game was like, no, you're not holding that anymore.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it the first time, but, oh, wait. That's okay. Nice save. Because I don't think there's a floor here. We're doing pinball and bingo. Which is...
Combined into one competitive sport.
Finally.
I hope they add that to the Olympics next year.
You gotta be careful when doing that laser there, because if you're off slightly going into that thing, you go backwards.
Yeah. You got
Hang
some
on.
careful maneuvering here, otherwise we go into places that lose time.
Oh no! Man, I can't catch a break with this level in these. Hang on, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna let Sonic die real quick.
Yeah, taking the top path saves a good amount of time, because it skips the bingo section. We've already done bingo twice. 3 times, unacceptable.
This laser is so big, you can watch as it deloads portions of the stage when you move away from them.
Yeah. And there it is. Nice.
We definitely gambled at that casino. Alright, that level's pretty cool. It's pretty difficult. You might be noticing, this level's called Sky Road, but we were just at a casino. You're like, where's the sky? Well, don't worry, this level bridges the gap between casino and sky.
And why not start it off with some combat?
I think Dimps asked that question every time they made a new level for this game.
Yeah.
These guys, you have to hit them with a fully charged attack and at least a second level charged attack in order for them to take any damage. And now...
Yeah, now we need to get Vortex form.
Welcome to Mario Galaxy.
Yep. Let me get my Wiimote. I'm gonna get some star bits for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, 2P Galaxy Run right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Okay, we got them all. The gimmick of this level is these little spots where you put a fully charged asteroid in, and you kind of use that to rise up. This is the most vertical 3D stage in this game, and you're gonna see what I mean in a few minutes. In a few seconds.
Yeah. Ideally, the stage is, in its entirety, less than a few minutes.
Yeah, it should be roughly about less than 2 minutes, but I usually hover around the 2-minute mark, depending. And we're going up.
Oh, yeah, this casino goes sky high.
Yeah, I know. Almost like there's some kind of road in the sky.
Wonder if we'll see that anytime soon.
We're still going up, by the way. It's not done. And this is
Very
kind of a
simple
tricky jump. Okay, cool.
platforming.
And guess what? We're still going up.
Yeah.
Bro is
Now
climbing.
it's the sky.
I get depth perception super hard in this part. It's hard to tell like when you're right above a cloud because the asteroid doesn't have a shadow.
You're playing on the 3DS. That's what the 3D slider is for.
Oh god, you're right.
Not a true gamer.
Bro got me there.
You want to know why Brandino wears glasses? He's played so much of the 3DS, that's why.
That's why I need a neck brace next year. And that was the most level of all time. It happened,
Yes.
it's over, and you're like, yep, that's a level.
That was the level.
Now, this level rules. Soundtrack and also some really sick platforming. But also, the return of Gyro.
Oh yeah, right from the get-go.
Let's go.
Using these rockets. Do not focus on the backdrop of this stage. It will confuse you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Why would you say that?
I
So-
didn't account for the contrarians of the chat.
They put a lot of extra rockets for you to recharge your rocket because sometimes they run out. But we can actually keep a rocket going as long as we don't run into something. So we're going to do that to save time to avoid switching to second rockets. And we're going to bait this dragon into shooting some fireballs.
Yeah, another fun wall running section. Unironically.
Yeah, this is, again, like Silent Forest 2, this is a level that I put a ton of time into, despite its length, because it was just so much fun to keep grinding. Ooh, I don't think we made the fan cycle with that. Oh no, we did!
Ooh, nice. Yeah, because now we don't need to wall run, we can just spin dash across them. Alright, there's some speed shoes right up here. Oh, yeah, nice.
Alright, gotta be careful here.
Yeah, millions of rings right here. Just placed there for fun.
And a really tricky jump. Nice.
Nice.
That jump is really hard. Alright, I fell off these guys in practice, so let's not do that here.
Ah, yeah. You know, the robot birds just circle in the sky.
Alright.
And the floating spike balls.
We're going to avoid recharging our rocket as much as possible here.
Yep, same rocket. As much as possible.
Now this rocket we're going to keep until the end of the section, if everything goes right.
Yeah, it's weird because most of the rockets here, like, they only last for, like, a few seconds before, like, fizzling out and you need to grab the next one. But this one's special for some reason.
Also, make sense of this.
What happens if Sonic jumps off the rocket? Where does he go?
How does Sonic stand on the rocket with no support while he moves upside down?
Well, obviously, gravity is centered in the middle of the tube that we are circling. Or rather, inversely centered.
I do get it now. Yeah, that is very strange.
Yes,
All
this
right.
fire shield will be helpful for
Yeah,
a
it's
little
a
bit.
surprise tool that's going to help us later. There's some really cool platforming here.
Yes, need to be sure to avoid the water balloons.
Yep, they'll make us lose our fire shield.
Yeah, I swear, despite being able to homing attack the water balloons, the only reason they are in this game is to be an obstacle. Speed shoes.
Just in case you thought this level couldn't get faster, we get a second round of speed shoes. But they let us cut straight through this bouncy cloud section. Alright, now we need to keep the speed from this speed pad. We can't lose it, we can't jump, we can't do nothing. Because we need to make this jump with it.
Yep, huge jump.
And that only
losing
works if you
speed there.
if you maintain the speed from that speed pad. Whoa!
Yeah, I didn't... Ooh,
Okay, wait.
that was whack.
Nice save.
Nice.
And we still beat the fireball here.
Yeah, those fireballs are slow. Also, third set of speed shoes.
This is the only level with 3 sets of speed shoes.
Yeah, look how fast Sonic is going. He's just like going over gaps, like in the center right here. Yep. Fantastic.
Very nice.
407 on the dot.
Man, if I didn't make that mistake at the end, that was a potential sub 4. So sad. Alright, we're heading into the last level of the run.
Yes, we're going back to the casino.
Back to the casino, except this time, this level dares to ask the bold question, what if Sky Road 1 was with a drill instead? And,
Yeah,
they've
this like
answered
star
that question.
pattern. It's like it's strewn about the level like in Sky Road 1, but you don't think twice about it because it's just like a background element. Here, it's still here, and it's how you traverse the entire stage.
These underground drill sections are incredibly maze-like and hard to remember sometimes because they look very samey. Even as me, who's somebody who's done them a lot, I get confused sometimes. Skipping
Yeah,
combat.
that section with like a bunch of like a bunch of egg pawns in Sky Road 1, they're still there. And if you happen to fall in the lower path, you gotta fight 6 of them. It's like
Yeah, and they're the
No time for
strongest
that.
enemy, and they take a fully charged homing attack to kill, so you're not gonna have a good time.
nah.
Luckily, we only need a horizontal or a vertical bingo here to escape. That's not the one I wanted, but let's try again. Oh, wow! Okay, cool.
Ooh, nice.
That's not my normal setup, so I wasn't sure if I could make that. Yeah, a thing about this level is that, normally we try to stay on the top path, but this level kind of prioritizes the bottom path.
Yeah, also going into a drill from running on the ceiling. That's an unusual set of circumstances, to say the least.
Yeah, again, very trippy. This game has a lot of that.
I can't wait for the Sonic Lost World sequel that uses non-Euclidean game environments.
I can't wait. It'll be so good. And back to the next bingo. Whoa, hey, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, the pinball assets are never fun to finagle your way around.
I always get a perfect horizontal when I don't need it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's not what I wanted. Get me up there. There we go.
Nice.
All right, we're heading into the last section here. So time's gonna come up when we hit the capsule at the end of this section. I'll let you know when we get close. Oh, just barely missed that. You have to like fall on that in a weird way. And up we go. We need this because this will help us kill an egg pawn.
There it was.
And that's a normal slope jump right there. We don't even spin hop up.
Yeah, big jump over the spinning parts.
And, oh boy. Okay, wait. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
Going
we
backwards is very tricky.
Those are so hard to jump off at the right time at. Like, but we need to do it because there's a drill, and if we don't get that drill, we have to do a full bingo. Alright, time's gonna come up here very soon. As soon as I can get over here and hit the capsule at the end of the level. Come on. Hang on, I'm about to die. Okay, now we have to do a full bingo anyway.
Who doesn't want to do a full bingo?
Yeah, I know, right? Just for you guys. Just for the birthday blast.
Almost.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Wow. All that. Okay, so time's gonna come up here. Just about now. GG.
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 And that is Sonic Lost World for Nintendo 3DS. One of my favorite games of all time. The Sonic game that I've easily put the most effort into out of any of my Sonic speedruns. And, all around, just a really fun, unique Sonic game that I feel like a lot of people have never seen or seen good gameplay of.
Yes.
Indeed, yeah, that's probably true. Very good job. So there was a lot of love for that, and there was quite a few around the Blakes on the chat as well. But yeah, I'm glad that somebody mentioned your Lego sets in the background. But before we move on to some storybook action, which I'm very much looking forward to, are there any shout-outs that you two would like to give? I know that you mentioned, bits and bobs about the community throughout the run, but if there's anything else that you'd like to mention, now's the time. Take it away.
Tim, go ahead.
So if you want to check out my speedrunning content on YouTube, you can go to TimTanium707. That's the channel name. Check it out. I'm working on Pizza Tower right now. Fantastic 2D platformer.
Ooh, nice.
I saw that game at GDQ this year for the first time, and I was amazed. I did not realize it was like a Wario Land spiritual successor.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
I love me some Wario Land. So yeah, Pizza Tower is a really sick game. I'll go ahead and say shoutouts to the Lost World community. Gordon, Sly, Labris. It's a smaller community than you might be used to in Sonic, but we still got people out there doing it. This game got revived because Emerald did a casual playthrough one day on stream, not the 3DS version of console. And Gordon was like, that's pretty cool. He looked up the speedrun, and then like 2 weeks later, we had the first ever Discord just for Lost World. And, Gordon put a ton of time into optimizing a lot of stuff on console, and then at the time I was learning Sonic Generations 3DS, so I was like, hey, why not Lost World 3DS? And then that really kind of exploded into something I wasn't prepared for once I started to get kind of good at the game. So I've been on a long journey with this game for the past 2 years. I lowered the world record by about 2.5 minutes-ish, got to incorporate some new tricks and everything, and we got ILs in the leaderboards now, and we got a new category, which is all speed stages. So this game's living. It's more obscure, but it's still out there. It's got people dedicated to it, and we all love it. So shoutouts.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Tim.
I think it has a long history ahead of it. This game. I
Yeah.
think.
This game's story has only just begun. I feel like what I'm doing is laying the groundwork for somebody to do something even crazier in the future. That's what I hope for. That's what you want as a speedrunner, right? Like, you want to, you're just along for the ride of a game. Like, you're not gonna be
Yeah.
the best player in the world at it, nor will you always be number one. So it's best to leave your mark, make something for future people to impress, and continue that.
I mean, speak for yourself, Brandino. I'm built different, actually. No one would be better than me at something else.
Hang on,
that's
let
alright.
me look at the Knuckles Chaotix leaderboards and see if that's true.
Everybody, we're going to be going to an intermission. Thank you so much for joining this run. We're going to be seeing a Sonic and Secret Rings run next. We will be trying to get that up nice and quickly. And yes, the action for Sonic's Birthday Blast will keep going. See you in a sec.